Okay, so Italy. The place is Rome. The time is morning. What else should I say? The characters are Soph and Anne's, yours truly. Okay, so we're at our hotel in Rome, and we're going to Florence that day.
Yeah, it's a whole
so we're going to
move.
Florence. It was a company move because we did Rome, Florence, Venice. So we're moving from Rome to Florence. And if you've ever been to Rome, you know that there's like the big central train station, right? So we are getting on a metro to go to the central train station in Rome to catch the train to Florence. So what's happening first is, I think this is kind of an important detail. Sophie has like a typical roller suitcase, which is totally normal to have. However, the streets in Italy are not conducive to a roller suitcase because they're all very old streets, all with like cobblestones everywhere. So it's just like don't bring one to Italy, bring a backpack or something that's not on the road. So in general, it's like a little tricky for Sophie, I think, to get around the streets because of this roller suitcase.
Keeps like flipping over.
It's not good. So the first thing is Sophie and I go to the metro, and we're going to get on the metro. Another important part of this story, actually, to preface, is Sophie's data is not super working. It's been like very sketchy, very in and out. We're not really sure why. And so most of the time we've been using my phone to do like navigation and all these things. So I'm navigating us to be like, okay, we need to get on this stop. We need to get off this stop, blah, 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 blah. So we go to the metro, and it's very full. It is a very full metro, as many city metros are. And the doors open, and I've got my backpack on, and I am muscling through. I am a traveler.
She pushes through. I hate crowds.
It's just,
I don't like touching people.
It's just how it goes. Yeah.
I hate when people touch me, so I try to give people respect and not touch them. But
sure. So what happens is so I muscle in to this metro, and the doors close. I turn around. This is another movie moment. We could make a movie out of all these things together. I turn around. Sophie is not on the metro, and Sophie is literally sitting there going, puts her hand up. I put my hand up, and I'm just like, oh God.
I was like, no. It was like a horror movie where I'm like, no, and then the train goes. And I'm like, I am without a phone in a foreign country, and I am not a capable person. Like, Ansley's like, I will figure this out. Like, I'll get a taxi. And I'm like, well, I'm going to die and get human trafficked. So I am like panicking. I'm like, don't cry. You cannot cry as a full-grown woman.
I think this is also just another great part of Italy. Sophie has a pink trench coat and the unicorn backpack and her roller suitcase. So it also just like the vision of American. Sophie. Everyone knows she's American. Every single person that sees Sophie's like, oh my gosh, this girl has no idea what's going on. So it's also that. I got off at the train station. I am praying. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please let Sophie know where to get off. Please, please, please.
I was
like, oh my gosh,
I don't know how I knew, actually.
I think maybe we had talked about it. Yeah, I think we had talked about it. I said, we're looking for this stop.
And you know what's hilarious is usually I am not the best person to travel with. Like, I'm that type B friend where I'm just like, where are we going? Like, and poor Ansley has to be like, I know everything and I have everything on lock because I'm just like, da-da-da. And so usually I don't listen. Like, Ansley's like, we're going here, and I'm just like, la la la. Thank goodness that for some reason I like clocked in at that one moment where I said, I got this. We're stopping there. Good.
So first crisis averted. Thank God.
But then, this is an important fact, because Ansley had to wait and we missed the first bus, we're a little behind now.
What I also don't think I calculated in, and I don't think I realized this as it was our first time in Rome, this train station was massive. And I did not realize how long it was going to take us to walk from the metro where we got off to the train where we needed to get to. So we're walking through the train station, and we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking. And then I'm looking at my time, and I'm like, oh, shoot, like, we've been walking for a long time at this point. I'm like, this is not the greatest. So We get up to the train station. At this point, it's like go time. The train is leaving very soon. Like, I want to say under 5 minutes. So at this point, we have less than 5 minutes to get on this train. We're like, oh my gosh, trying to figure all of this
speed
out.
walking, and I am getting kind of nervous because
Sophie doesn't like to speed walk. Sophie does not speed walk.
It
does not like to speed walk.
My heart pounding.
So I am booking and I am speed walking because I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna miss our train. So I'm moving very quickly. And then also in Rome, you have to go through these little like gates where you scan your tickets. This is one of my favorite parts. You have to scan your ticket to get in. Sophie, as we mentioned before, her phone has been on the fritz. And one thing that I didn't think to mention to Sophie, because I will say in Sophie's defense, this is the first time she's ever traveled internationally by herself as an adult. So I always like screenshot my tickets just in case something happens with my phone. I did not mention this to Sophie. So we get up there and Sophie's like, my train ticket's not pulling up. It's not working. So if Sophie's train ticket doesn't pull up, she can't even get through the gate to get on the train. And so I'm like,
no one goes around. It's not like it's not like, I don't know. I think in America you can look around and be like, sir, help me. Like there was no one around to like help.
There was
us.
nobody like a worker. There were no workers. There's a ton of people, but there's no like workers. So I'm like, shoot.
So Ansley's through again. We're separated. Ansley went through the one side, and she's just like looking at me from the other side as I'm just like trying to load it. And Ansley's like, the train's leaving. The train's leaving. Like, it's literally like last boarding. And the train's like, what would you say, 100, 200 yards away still?
Yeah.
So I finally get it to load. But by the time it loads, a fucking Swedish family gets in front of us. And they're all like, and there's only, of course, 2 little things that you can go through. There's in this huge, like there's everyone around and there's only 2 things. So they're clogging the entire thing. And Ansley's just like, you have to just go. You have to go.
Sophie, come on. I'm like,
right,
I need
Ansley would
to
do it.
push this.
So I fucking big body this little Swedish girl out of the way, and I'm like, scusi. I was so stressed because Ansley literally went. She went, Sophie, we have to go now. And I was like, scusi. And I just kind of like hip check her out of the way. I still feel bad. I hope that family made it on the train.
Is like trying to figure out how to get through, and they're like, da.
And they're like, they were doing the thing where like they were tapping and it wasn't working for them.
It wasn't working, yep.
But I get through at the cost of a child, and then we run. We ran. I hate running. It's so
Sophie has to scoop up her carry-on. Is running with a roll-on carry-on.
A trench coat.
So we run. I kid you not. It was again a movie moment. We jump on this train and it leaves. I want to say 10 seconds later. Like it was so
oh my God.
So then Sophie and I technically have like different, like we have different seats on this train or whatever, but I think we just were like, no. I was like, if someone makes us move, they make us move. So Sophie and I like collapse into
I think it took us a train. It took us the entire train ride of just like
we just sat there. We did not talk. We did not talk. We just sat there. Sophie was like, "Do you want an earbud?" And I was like, "Yes." She gives me an earbud. First time I've ever heard Noah Kahan. I distinctly remember that because I'm stressed out of my freaking mind. And then I hear Stick Season coming on. I'm just like, "Oh, what a beautiful song!" And I just remember so distinctly being like, wow, I'm okay. You know, maybe that's why I love him to this day. He just like takes me back to that moment. And then we get to Florence and we're just like, oh my
Should we take a nap?
Gosh. Should we take a nap?